Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another excellent episode of Jillin Off. This week's episode is very different, very special, because instead of saying with me as always, it's going to be with me, not like always, this very special guest. I have the very talented Inessa Frantowski with me.
Oh my goodness, hello. And we are recording. There we are live. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we are full blown on YouTube. Thank you for coming into Jillin Off. You are our first ever guest co-host.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, it's very awkward to ask somebody to do this podcast because it's like, who do I think of when I think of Jillin Off?
Oh, wow. It's true.
It's true. When I think Jillin Off, I think you.
Well, that's good because that means that you think I'm empowered sexually as a woman of this century.
Or even creepier, what if I'm actually thinking about you while I'm Jilling Off?
I mean, I would honestly be honored.
Okay, perfect.
I would like if I would be happy to know if people are using me in that way. I guess.
Paul, what do you think? Would you want to know if somebody was Jilling Off to your picture?
Yes, I think that should be an Instagram feature.
Oh yeah, it's true. Oh wow, you're right. That'd be so nice. You could do a like, a comment, or just one of those little 3-drop squirt symbols. You know, to be like, oh yep, just hitting one of those.
Everybody is definitely using the 3 drops of squirts, right? For sexual reasons.
The 3 drops feels definitely like ejaculate, both male and female.
Yeah,
versus I don't know, the 1 large raindrop. Which, feels like a tear, maybe.
I know.
And if people are watching at home and wanna Jill off or jerk off now, that's fine. Here
you go. This is just for you, for the Jillers.
For the Jillers.
There you go.
I
There's
love
a
it.
little side boob. It's actually a bralette, but whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice bralette. Oh, we're gonna do a 1, 2, 3
1, 2,
open.
3. All right.
Ooh,
So
nice.
first, I do need to give a shout out to the Dudes Brewing Company. They have sent us a bunch of beer, but they sent it to Jen's house, so we don't have it yet.
Oh.
So then I thought, because we're Jillers, we try this. This is called Seek Out. Okay, this is a hard seltzer.
Ooh.
It's only 5%. It's made from real fruit, not from sugar. And my friend Leslie in Vancouver, actually, she fed me one of these on Canada Day. And at first I was like, what are these married with children bitches drinking right now? Like, I don't drink this kind of basic Real Housewives crap. And then I took a sip and I was like, no. Seems like mothers do know what they're drinking, and they're...
I'm gonna say the hard seltzer game has really increased and has really stepped up recently. I think it's thanks to the seltzer game. This is so LA specific. With all the LaCroix and all of the seltzer available, and I feel like now you used to only have that Mike's Hard Lemonade, which was so sugary and gave you a big old headache.
Oh yeah, that was
and
gross.
now listen, we're getting a light.
We're getting
Very
light.
not sugar, just a light.
100 calories. Wait, do you have a little cup ball? We'll give you a little.
Yeah.
Let's give you some of this.
Oh yeah, please.
Oh, look at that coffee cup, just ready to drink at work, aren't you? Oh, we can hide that. Oh yeah. They're very good.
Wow.
Oh, I like
wow,
that. Wow. Yeah,
wow.
you put the microphone really close to your program. I don't know.
Wow, I feel like I laughed far too loud there.
Oh my God.
Apologize.
Then you were the perfect replacement for Jen. Jen blows out the.
Oh, yeah,
She blows
really?
out some headphones once every 3 weeks. The laugh gets a little too loud. Right? She hits a high note.
Yeah, we'll definitely scale that back.
Jen is on a cruise. Well, she was supposed to be on a cruise, and then her connecting flight got canceled because of the storm, and now she's actually stuck in Dallas.
Oh my
So
goodness.
she missed getting on the cruise, and now she's drinking at happy hour with a pilot.
Oh no! So wait, like, was it her vacation cruise or was it a working?
No, it was a work cruise.
So she missed the cruise. She
the
just
first
misses
one.
the gig.
They're gonna fly her to Bermuda tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, but she only gets like half the gig now.
Oh, that's a little. That would be very stressful. I mean,
Yes.
that would be me with a meltdown. I'd be having a full meltdown.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she had airport meltdown.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I told you this. Just a quick segue, but I had one of these moments when I was back in Toronto over the holidays, and my car got towed, and it's always very annoying. But
Wait, your car got towed here in LA while you were in Canada?
No, it got towed in Toronto, and I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, where's the place? Where's this tow yard? Been here before. And I was like, oh, we've got Lyft now. I'm only a 5-minute Lyft away from the tow yard. So I like bopped on over to the tow yard and I went, oh, look at this. I'm paying for the tow. I'm a bit annoyed, but then I was like, I just had like a flashback to another time when I was younger and my car got towed and I had the biggest meltdown in the tow office. Like I cried on the floor in the corner and I was like the clerks didn't know what to do, like scream like a child 2-year-old tantrum. Like my life is over. I was so broke then too. And just like, and you know, like when kind of like, you're kind of like in a rough spot and it like, one thing comes after another type thing. So it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And anyway, and then I just went, oh, look at this. And I went, here you are. Here you are, a grown woman taking care of a tow reasonably with no meltdown. There has been progress in your life.
Cheers to progress.
Cheers to progress.
Oh, so anytime you can avoid a meltdown, I think you're moving in the right direction.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there comes a certain point where I tell you what, you can't even have one meltdown anymore. You really got to keep it in check.
It's so true. It's so true.
Nobody wants it. And nobody wants to deal with it.
People are keeping tallies of your meltdowns.
Yeah, you might have maxed out young in life, and you got to keep it together.
Oh my God, I've been playing on dating apps. Or we'll talk. And I have had sex. So sometimes I don't have to chill off as much. But hey, Paul, you know what? Okay, so I have this My Flow app, okay? So it tells me like where I'm at in my cycle or whatever. Right now, I'm in the ovulation flow phase. Do you know what that means, Paul?
That's you at your horniest, right?
Yes, it is the horniest phase. Yeah, and a lot of people think it's another phase. Yeah, but ovulation, horniest phase.
So that's where I'm at right now, guys. Tomorrow's actually the horniest day of the month for me. So if I don't get laid, I be Jillin.
You be Jillin.
Oh, I be Jillin. Oh, there's gonna be some hardcore Jillin tomorrow.
How often are you Jillin?
I'm Jillin every nap time. It's part of my nap regime.
Yeah.
Like I like to go down for the nap, set your alarm for like 2 hours later, and then like, you know how in the morning you'd get up and you'd have a coffee? Well, when I get up from a nap, I have a Jill.
I would have considered you a daily Jiller, and that's why I was surprised when you were like, oh, I'm ovulating and I'll be Jillin, like as if it was like just that day.
Oh, yeah.
Or like, but yeah, because I mean, I'm pretty frequent.
I'm pretty frequent too, but mostly, you're right, mostly in the middle of the month.
Mostly in the middle of the month too. And I got to tell you, much better during a nap.
Yes.
Like a midday nap. It's actually, it's like my favorite thing to do all of the things I shouldn't do in the middle of the day
What are some other things you like to do in the middle of the day?
You have a little bit of first of all, you're having a nap in the middle of the day? I know you don't have a job to go to, but really? And then maybe, maybe you've had a little bit of a smoke or a drink or something, and you think, in the middle of the day? Really? And then, I don't know, maybe you ate like a bag of Cheetos before. Really? That kind of snack before lunch? And then before you know it, you're lying in your bed and you're thinking, okay, might as well, we're here. And it always makes it feel grosser. Like a lazy Jill you feel like a bit of a lazy Jill.
It's a lazy Jill.
A bit of a lazy Jill sometimes, yeah.
Well, I feel like it's harder to Jill off at nighttime when you're like kind of drunk or tired. Or
I usually fall asleep.
I know. Then I actually need porn. But in the middle of the afternoon, I don't even need it. I just Jill.
I don't use porn.
Good for you.
Yeah. I work on like one fantasy kind of consistently for a while, and then I switch it up.
So you're
like I'm an imagination type.
Oh my God, I like that.
Yeah, I'm an unusual Jiller. I'm not a vibrator gal either.
No, neither is Jen. She's all fingers.
Yeah, but now I told you I've moved on because I got a gift. I'm using a crystal now.
Oh, tell us more about the crystal.
Here's
a crystal you could Jill with?
Okay, so I didn't know about this. This was a gift from a friend, and I've seen these like in the crystal shops, and I'm not like a huge even crystal person.
Okay.
You know, like I got some, they're pretty, you know, I put them on a tiny shelf on my wall that I pray to sometimes, but you know what? So she gives me this gift. I open it up, and it's like it's just like, because here's the thing, it's not like penis size or shaped. It's considerably smaller. And
depends on what you've seen in life.
It's like yeah. It really actually.
Sorry, Paul. I had to go for a cheap shot.
I'm gonna like pull this out, and some people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's definitely. I mean, it's
Get that fanny pack on the camera,
Oh
please.
yeah, let's get this fanny pack on here. And now
Wow.
you know what? Oh, we do have an ongoing bit here, just about how I. Now here's the thing: it is in fact broken. I did break it, but look, it is. I guess it could be penis size, but it's not. Penis circumference. It's
Okay.
maybe a little bit. It's like more like
That's-
It's somewhere in between like a penis and a vape pen. If you really just split the difference here or something. Just like- okay, so she gives me this.
So this is from the crystal shop.
I guess so. I mean, you can get them on Amazon, honestly, for $9.95. And I know I'm not doing a good job because here's the thing. I certainly did just put it on my night table, and it certainly did roll off, and it has cracked in half here. And you better believe I'm just using the other end. But she said to me, she goes, oh, it's kind of like, I was like, what? You use this? And she goes, yeah, it's like kind of nice because it's like cold. It's a little cold, which again is not something you would normally associate. But I'm telling you, it feels different than your own hand, so it
Right.
feels like slightly foreign.
Right.
And I love it. It's
But
just
it
a
doesn't
great little-
vibrate, right?
It
So you
doesn't.
still have to
no.
move it yourself?
No, you move it yourself, but it just feels different from your own hand. And I don't know why it's great, but it is.
Oh
we
my
both
God.
love it.
Oh my God, that's so funny. But was
It's
that
so,
what the crystal...
It's so gross that it's broken, though.
Is
isn't
that
it?
what the crystal was intended for?
I don't know. I mean, I would actually like to know the answer of that myself if you're like a crystal person or a crystal dealer, but I don't know if that's just. But I just thought, oh, how fun! A smooth, long crystal.
I mean,
I thought maybe you just add that maybe you want a smooth, long crystal to your crystal collection, but apparently I don't know if that's what they're made for. But you can get a rose quartz one.
oh.
And really, only $9.95 on Amazon. Now, I mean, I don't know about the spiritual merits of a crystal that you buy on Amazon, but it does the trick. I tell you what, I love this thing. It's small.
I'm excited it's working for you.
Yeah.
I'm so lazy. Am I the only one that needs something that vibrates? I don't want to do any work myself. I must be very good in bed.
I mean, is it? I don't know if it's about work. I think it's about like some people. You know how like kind of tickling feels sometimes like bad. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what vibrators feel for me. Like feels like kind of
It's too much.
Too much. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Well, a lot of them have different speeds. You could slow it down if you need
I
it.
slow it down, or I like more around in the general zone. I like more in the general zone. I like less direct contact, less pressure, more in the
Okay.
general zone.
More in the general zone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds like you
I'm a
really
slow
like a
build.
good cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, I like a slow build.
Good. Go with a slow build.
How specific do we get?
You can be as specific as you want.
Wonderful. Excellent.
You can seek out whatever you want to seek out. The seek out factor. Yeah.
But I do think that it's very important. I don't really know how you can be single sans Jilling.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Because even Jen, she'll Jill off. She's a fingers gal. She's not doesn't have any toys, but she does say that fingers require porn for her. She needs that.
I'll bop into porn every now and again.
And
I'll
what-
bop into porn every now and again, but not really my cup of tea. Maybe I don't know. Yeah.
But a lot of it is very annoying. I feel like I spend more time switching when I'm watching. I'm like, this isn't working. This isn't working. This isn't working. And then like,
yeah, I mostly like. I kind of even prefer the variety. Like the titles, I find interesting. Like sometimes you just go and you get like a little like. I like even the little gifs or whatever where it like just bops from shot to shot.
Oh, that's
like
a
as
good
you
one.
run your thing over, you're like, cool. What's going on there?
I watch a really terrible one called Fake Female Taxi Driver.
Oh,
It's out of the UK, and it's always some woman, and she's driving some guy in the backseat of. He's in the backseat of the cab, and then something always happens. Like he doesn't have money, then he has to go down on her for the fare.
if you were gonna make a porn, what would you like? Your dream porn? What would it be?
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see here. Maybe I really like video poker, so maybe something.
Oh, I love that.
in Vegas where I'm like getting a royal flush, and there's like a guy underneath like going down on me at the bar.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
That's
that's
good,
so
right?
great.
How about
Yeah.
you? You're writing your own porn.
I mean, like it's probably like I don't know. It's probably like some like elaborate harem of some kind, and I'm the queen or something. I don't know. I mean, I am always like I always do like I'm always like like hoping for a spontaneous orgy to erupt around me.
Okay, yeah.
But like I wouldn't ever you know how like, and I mean we're Canadians in Hollywood, so it's like,
Yes.
you know, you spend a lot of time being like, imagine I'm at like some Hollywood party. Like I always think about like that, like one of those like Hollywood stories of like, you know, like there's like those rumors, like there's like that rumor that like Benicio del Toro and Scarlett Johansson hooked up in an elevator in the Oscars. And I was like, I can't, like, it's kind of like what you were saying, where it's like combining dreams.
Yes.
Where you're like, not only am I getting someone going down on me, but I'm also getting a royal flush at poker.
Exactly.
So you need both. And I'm kind of like, I was like, can you imagine I'm at the Oscars and I have sex in an elevator? Excuse me.
It seems like, yeah, stimulation isn't enough for us. We also, I personally want $1,200, and you want to be
yeah.
at the Oscars.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that like if I'm feeling more elaborate, you know, like the Queen thing. So like kind of like immature, embarrassing. like you're like I like your fantasy game's kind of like weak. You know what I mean?
Seems like I get wetter for 4 aces than I would for a guy.
Yeah.
4 aces also pretty exciting. Wait,
I mean, I'm honestly, I'll be happy with. I'll take 2 jacks if you know what I mean.
hey, jacks are better. It still wins. I like it. Paul, you're writing a porn. What's it about?
I get a text back. That's just my point.
Whoa,
Very
broken
simple.
heart.
Hey, what's up,
Oh, the
everybody?
broken heart emoji, right there.
Wow,
Oh.
wow. Honestly,
Oh.
that was great.
Yeah,
And
that
honestly, well timed considering our long, more elaborate stories. Text back.
That's all texting.
Now, is that, are you, what dating apps are you on? So you're single, I assume?
I'm single now. I jumped on OK. I have the most success on OkCupid.
Yeah, it's back. Isn't OkCupid OKC back in a big way? Because
Yeah.
it was like one of the OG website.
It
was
was,
like
right?
it was the coolest of the website dating apps, right?
Yeah.
And then the other dating apps took over. And then OkCupid has come back in the app scene in a big way.
Oh, good for that.
Yeah, and maybe that generation of people that were like, OKC, yeah, okay with me. So that's the one, yeah, that's what I've been hearing too. Yeah.
Honestly, I use Tinder for. This is what's funny. The success I have on Tinder is from matching with people that I've like met once in real life.
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Because then people are like, it's like you're like in an ocean looking for a lifeline, and like you, a normal human, I've met you.
Yeah.
Please, it's
That
been a
is
sea of weirdos here.
That is true.
It's true. You feel like it is. It's like I always, and I think that's fun when you match with somebody that you kind of know, and then at least I do feel like I enjoy, even if it's not romantic, just the connection of like, I'm out here too.
Oh.
And don't feel ashamed. I'm not ashamed. We're out here. You know?
Exactly. Oh, I always swipe right to anybody I know that I see on a dating app. I'll be like, of course I'm going to say yes. Hi, how are you? Oh my God, here we are. You know what I noticed from opening? So I'm really only on Bumble and Hinge right now, but I opened Bumble in Canada just for shits and giggles. And every man's height was in centimeters. Would you be confused by that? Or would you be confused by that? Wait,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like,
I mean partner, I mean person.
You're that tiny. I know. I was like, why are there all these dudes on my phone?
Why are you 1,000 centimeters tall?
I did that in Billings, Montana, and I was like, I'm gonna see what's out here. And every girl knew how to skin a deer. Every girl. They all
Really?
they were all holding dead deer. I was like,
Oh my
That's so funny.
God.
There is like a lot of local taste when you go to
Yeah.
like certain towns and stuff too. I was gonna say that I weigh myself in kilograms so that I don't really know what it is. I just get a general sense of if I'm going up or down.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and so I was like, ew, excuse me. No matter what, trust me, you're under 100 kg.
Maybe we'll get one of those scales from England, and we'll start weighing ourselves in stone.
Well,
That'll be good,
I
right?
mean, I loved how, but my brother got me like kind of like an expensive scale that like connects with your iPhone and stuff because he's like a tech guy, so he's always like whatever. And we were like on a health kick or whatever, but it is a nightmare because it keeps rotating, so that it was doing the kilogram thing, and then it switched to stones. So it's like, and stones is like, honest to God, I don't know what it actually is, but it's like 13 and then a colon. and then 2 more numbers.
Oh my God.
Ay, ay, ay. Anyway.
I gotta put that down on my. I'm 13 stone and 132 centimeters tall. Everybody will have no idea what it means. I can't wait. I matched with this guy recently, and he keeps writing me. He keeps calling me Sunshine. He's like, "Hello, Sunshine. Good morning, Sunshine."
And how do you feel about that?
I can't decide if he's a sociopath or 50.
Oh!
Boom.
Yeah, I love it.
Wow, when you handwrite the jokes before you try them on the air, that one had a hacky you could tell that wasn't conversational, could you?
But you know what though? I also no, it was just such a good joke. Like it was just like boom. It like you know what I mean?
I did a show last night, and I tried a whole bunch of new jokes, and then I talked about going on my second date. I went on my first second date in like years. And then I was like, 'cause second date is hard to get, but a first date is super easy to get. Like if you're not getting any first dates, it's really easy. Just go into your dating profile and change your tagline to "allergic to condoms," and you will be flooded with likes and matches.
Oh my gosh.
Allergic to condoms.
Wow.
Anyways,
We're changing that, right? Like, oh my gosh, that's like, the condom thing is annoying. Have you ever had like do you get grief sometimes about condoms?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one bothered me a lot because it's like, because I feel like if you've seen any of my stand up, I don't really want kids. And then sometimes I get a little bit of flack from guys because they'll be like, "Well, if you don't want kids, why aren't you on birth control?" I'm like, because I'm not planning on having your unwrapped dick inside of my body. Right?
Yeah.
Why
it's
does
true.
that have to be all on me? Like, it bothers me so much. I don't want to fuck on my body all the time. Birth control does.
And why aren't
affect
you
you?
more worried about it? And you know why? It's because women are more. It's like women are more likely. Like it's more. We have more at stake because it's like It's like
Totally.
we get diseases quicker because
Yeah.
and because we're being entered. And we,
It's true. We are being entered.
yeah, and then, and of course, I know pregnancy is a 2-person thing, but it kind of affects the woman more, at least for the first 9 months.
It's so true,
and often
right?
longer, right?
It seems like the women have to abort the babies, and the man just has
Yeah.
to abort the woman.
Have you ever even made an appointment to Planned Parenthood, sir? Or do you only come to sit in the waiting room and hold my hand because I insisted?
That's so true. Like, how
Oh
come,
my God.
How come I know like way more women with STDs than I do men?
It's because, and
That
there's,
should be fucking equal number.
it's not, and this could, I will say, give this disclaimer, this could be one of those things that I think is true, but maybe isn't true. So just like do some follow-up research, but I do think that there is, it's like, you obviously want everyone to be concerned about it, so
Right.
you market it to everyone,
Right.
right? Because you don't want people to be like, oh, it's less of an issue for me. But yeah, it's like, listen, yeah. It basically,
The numbers should be even. I just think that like I should know as many guys with like HPV as I know girls with HPV, right? And I feel like it's like
no, because it's like, I'm trying to visualize in my head because one man could do like 10 women
True.
or something,
That's
before.
true.
Like,
That's true.
But I guess one woman, but I think it's about like, basically like if I just like blasted a bunch of disease at you,
Come at me.
versus how do you do it? Like in one go. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, is it that there's more? I don't know, man. We're gonna look it up here.
Here we go.
Here we go. Gotta do a Google
I had a
here.
friend at the bar who he was talking to this very beautiful girl, right? And he bought her one of those roses that came like wrapped in
Oh
plastic.
yeah, the
It's a good
rose
move.
lady.
And so she goes and she takes off the plastic, but she's having like problems taking off the plastic. So I made the comment. I was like, "Wow, you must be terrible with condoms." And she was like, "Oh yeah, I don't use them." And then my friend hooked up with her, and I asked him, and he didn't use a condom.
Oh
And
my
I was like,
God.
that's playing. That's roulette right there.
It
That's what
is sexual roulette. Don't you get worried when you sleep a girl without a condom?
Yes, especially if She has a reputation.
Oh my God.
Okay, all right. So you know what it is? I remember now. It's because it's like a lot of stuff is transferred through blood and stuff as well. And I
Right.
think women are more likely to get like
Right.
an abrasion or a tear or something
That's
like that, and so
true.
they could get like a disease quicker.
Oh yeah. I did.
Which I think is why anal is also more dangerous because they're
Yes.
more likely to have a tear and a direct
The
route
tear.
into the bloodstream.
Yeah.
That is the scientific reason behind it. It is not a stereotype.
Exactly. That's so true, though. I went and saw a doctor like when I lived here in the old days, and I went to what I would call a doc in the box. So it was like a doctor in a strip mall.
Ooh.
I know.
Oh, I love it.
Wow, for the girl with a rotten vagina who's on a budget.
Sorry. Sorry. I laughed a little unexpectedly there. rotten vagina.
Oh, rotten vagina.
I met her.
You know what? Her reputation precedes her, and you still showed up.
Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't even go to the doctor for a sexual reason, but I had like pulled a muscle. I was having like insane, but like a muscular pain. So it was like in my side, but it wasn't like it wasn't
Like
my
a
gallbladder
rib.
or like
Yeah.
yeah, and it just like it literally hurt for like a week or two, and I was like, I'm gonna go see a doctor and at least get a painkiller for this or something. And so I go in, whatever, and the doctor is really strange. And this was like a recommendation from a restaurant manager who I knew. It was just go to this guy, he's my friend, whatever. He'll be $50 and you'll get a prescription for something. And I was like, the American way, right? And this is what he said to me, like before I left the doctor's office. He's like, just so you know, I think there's a huge conspiracy in this country right now. And they are all trying to scare you. And they want you to believe that you're going to get this disease. And they want your money so that they can find a cure. But I'm going to tell you right now that it is really hard to get AIDS.
I'm on board.
I know. And I was like, okay.
I'm on board with this.
I was like, okay, I'll try harder.
But if there's a place to get it, it's in a strip mall.
I know.
Doctor.
Oh my
I
God.
mean,
He's like, he'll be back.
it's a pretty insensitive thing to say.
It was crazy to hear
those
that from
who
a
have
doctor.
Suffered.
Yes.
But there is something about like, isn't AIDS or HIV, but it's a collection of symptoms, right? Isn't it a collection of symptoms? I don't really
I
understand how it
know.
works.
All I know, I don't really know. You're right. I think it's a bunch of symptoms, or HIV just like kills your immune system, and then you're right. You get a bunch of stuff and you get AIDS.
But there's something now where it's like because they've like have developed these like medications that they can control how like you can still have it like on a microscopic level, but you might not like they can control the symptoms from ever, you know?
Yeah.
But listen, very insensitive of that strip mall doctor for sure. But
I mean, it seems like you shouldn't go to the strip mall for doctors.
Yeah,
No more
yeah.
Doc in the Boxes for me.
But on another day, I'm very happy to hear the bullet points of his conspiracy theory because because it's like it doesn't take a lot to convince me that people do stuff for money. I don't know, man. Tell me more about it. But give me some meds or something while we do it. But imagine being someone suffering from a disease and someone telling you it doesn't exist.
I know. Oh my God.
The nerve.
I know.
Being like, okay, I guess cool, but
But how do you explain this? Anyways, so don't go to that doctor. All I remember is he was around Sunset and Gower, which is probably definitely not an intersection you want to go get checked out.
You
on.
just like that whole like intersection now is like you just ruined that intersection's reputation. There's like another doctor's office that's like, hey,
I know.
like Hollywood walk-in is like, come on.
And that was like 15 years ago. So you know that area has probably improved in the last 15 years. Give it 15 years, it was even shadier.
What a psycho thing though, too, to drop that on you as you're walking out the door.
I know. Like,
Wait,
bye,
so
come
he said-
again.
Wait, he said it was harder for women to get it?
No, he
Or
just
it
said
was-
it is really hard to get AIDS.
Oh, I mean,
That's exactly what he said.
I mean,
But I did go
How can
home
you
and
say that?
oh, I know. Trust
crazy.
me, it was insane to me. But at the time, I was living with a girl who was also like a bit of a hypochondriac. And every time she slept with a guy, she went and got an AIDS test. Like she always thought she had AIDS. She couldn't even listen to TLC's Waterfalls.
Well, I mean, okay. So maybe what the doctor's trying to say is like it certainly was definitely a really like in the like 80s and 90s. It was like definitely pushed pretty hard.
Yes.
And I think that they pushed it really hard in our like generation, and
totally.
obviously like was definitely really affected by that. And I think the younger generation kind of actually had that phase of getting a little more reckless because it wasn't pushed as hard on them.
Yes.
And I think that's why they're all getting like chlamydia again. They're all getting the
Yes.
oldies.
They're getting the classics.
They're getting the classic STIs coming on back.
See,
you
and I'm
know?
so old, I always say STD and not STI. But, just to bring it up, because I know you just saw Reality Bites, there's that epic scene, and I love that movie so much. But when Janine Garofalo's sitting there, but this is like, this created all my fears sexually. It was because I saw that movie before I lost my virginity. So I was very scared of AIDS, for sure, because Janine Garofalo.
I tried to get an AIDS test when I was a virgin and was denied.
Oh, no.
The nerve. Even in Canada, they wouldn't allow it.
They wouldn't let you have an AIDS test?
No, they said, you're a virgin. And I'm like, yes. What else is new? You haven't had a blood transfusion. Exactly. Anyway. Yeah.
But it's like,
No, they absolutely denied me, as they should have.
I know.
There truly was no reason.
Could you just be like, but I saw Reality Bites and
But
Janine
that's-
Garofalo being like, I'm sitting here, maybe.
So there is
probably dying of AIDS. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's not even happening to me. It's like it's happening to some character on some crappy show like Melrose Place. And I live in the building, and I'm the AIDS character. And I teach everybody who lives in the building that it's okay to be friends with me. It's okay to talk to me. And then I die of AIDS. And everybody shows up at my funeral wearing chokers and shit.
It's true. There were so many like dying
scene.
of AIDS episodes.
Yes.
But maybe that's but I'll tell you, well, you know what? Maybe that is a marketing strategy of how they got people to give a shit about it. Because I tell you what, when it only affected other communities, they didn't care as much. They I think they have to kind of sometimes. It's like if a disease or something affects a marginalized group of people, or even we know as women, like there's like certain things that women kind of go through a lot, like endometriosis and stuff. It's like it's not as prioritized as much, like in the healthcare. I have a lot to say about healthcare, but anyways, so I definitely can see I could see why you would want to educate the masses to try to get people aware, because if sometimes they don't help a lot of people, right?
Oh, that is a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it was when it was just affecting or more of course it affected everybody always, but it was predominantly affecting more one community, they won't care as much.
That's so true.
Getting political on Jillin.
Guys, this is the most political episode of Jillin Off ever. Okay.
Yeah, they don't care about fibroids. They don't care about endometriosis. They don't care about my pussy.
Table flip. They don't care about my pussy. That will be the name of this episode. They don't care about my pussy. Yeah, because the other thing I was thinking of calling it was "We Are Being Entered." Because we are being entered.
Because we are being entered.
Because we are being entered. But now I'm like, they don't care about our pussy.
Yeah, I feel that does apply both vaginally and anally.
It really does.
The enteree.
We are the enterees.
We are the enterees. Yes.
You are the enterer, Paul.
And we don't know. We don't know. Sometimes
The enterer.
Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes-
that's true. You
we
could
don't
be an
know.
enteree too.
Yeah, we don't know.
The enterer of China.
Oh, I love Enterer as a replacement for Emperor, but as we know, I do
too.
have those queen fantasies.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. The enterer strikes back.
The Enterer,
Oh my God,
the Enterer's new clothes.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, the enter's new groove. There you go. There's some Disney.
Oh, isn't there the little Enterer?
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so funny. Oh, wow. Guys, God, I don't even know. I feel like we peaked. I feel like that's a closer.
Yeah, that's
It's like a closing bit. Let's I want to give lots of shout outs. Obviously, I want another shout out to Andrea Simone, who does our theme song called Satisfy Me. And Inessa, tell everybody where we can find you and all of your great stuff that you have out there, because I'm a huge fan.
Thank you so much. I mean, I guess my Instagram is the best. Inessa, Inessa comedy. And I do give out a bit of advice on that. But also, I'm on a show called The Amazing Gayl Pile on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to watch The Amazing Gayl Pile. That was the seek out talking there.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Yeah.
are you in a show, or you direct a show at UCB?
Yes, I perform in a troupe called Squadron at UCB. We open a show July 20th at 7:30, but then I'll be every Saturday night for like the following 8 weeks.
Guys, isn't it beautiful when the stand-up world comes together with the sketch and improv world?
It certainly does.
This is such a piece.
Yeah, what a
This is
lovely
it.
time. And guess what? We're about to go out. Aren't we about to have a bit of a time on a night on the town today?
We're going to go for a night on town, just as me and Jen would after our podcast. And tell you what, we're hoping for some interactions.
Oh, yes. I do promote interactions, not just romantic ones, even connections with your barista or what have you.
You know, you don't need to fall in love every day, but a bit of an interaction is quite fulfilling.
And if you're single out there and dating, or especially using the apps and stuff feels intimidating, I'm like, start with like a general, start with an interaction. Try smiling at someone at the grocery store. You
Yes,
know? Yeah,
yes.
puts a little swing in your step. Sometimes just even getting a one hello out is enough to kind of get you through the day.
I love it, and
Yeah.
I know we have to wrap up, but I have to tell you this interaction that I
Okay.
had
Oh, please.
in Vancouver. It was the cutest interaction of all time. I was walking in New Westminster. I just picked up some pictures that I got developed because I am from the '80s, and then I thought this kid just accidentally ran up, like accidentally ran into my butt, and then I turn around and there's like this toddler. He's like 3 years old, and he goes, "Can I have a hug?" And guys, I melted.
Wow.
And then the mom was like, "We named him Hunter," and it's been like this the whole time. That's so cute.
So cute.
So I held his hand for a block, and then we said goodbye. But you know what? That was a tender interaction.
What a lovely interaction.
Guys.
Yeah, with a small human.
Yeah, a big shout out to Paul Antonio, as always, being an amazing producer and our voice of manliness, which I like to throw to. And keep chilling off, guys. And please, tell your friends about us. You can rate, subscribe. I don't even care if you do that. We're big in China, as you know. So it's very exciting. Yeah, we have a lot of followers overseas.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
All right, guys. Well, keep on entering.